Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Dylan here. Well, in today's video, we're going to be discussing what are the best cars for Uber and Lyft drivers. Now, I have a lot to say about this. I'm very strongly opinionated, and this isn't going to be a typical, oh, number one, Toyota Prius, number two, Toyota Corolla, number three. I'm going to actually break down the best cars you can use, and also how to change your mindset with buying cars so you can get cars for way cheaper, and so you're not going to lose a lot of money on depreciation. So if you want to hear the hard, ugly truth, this is the video for you. If you want to go read a blog about, oh, here, sign up for the Hyundai Sonata, and Hyundai probably paid to be in that article, then yeah, go read a random blog. I mean, I'm not here to waste your guys' time with a dumb article. What I did want to do is shout out our video sponsor, carproductsusa.com. If you want a car products for your car, this is a website that has every single product that you basically need for your car. They have dash cams. If you're driving, you need to have a dash cam. Now, go to carproductsusa.com and use our referral code, because you're actually going to get a cheaper price for car products, car cleaning products, car phone mounts, car accessories for your phone, dash cams, anything you need, literally products to car vacuums, all these things, throw up bags. They got a ton of stuff on there. They're a lot cheaper than you'd find on Amazon because they come directly from the actual manufacturer. So go check out the link below to that, carproductsusa.com, and use our referral code. Okay, so let's talk about cars. So using a car for Uber and Lyft is mandatory. You need to drive a car, obviously. Now, there's two options you can do. You can either rent a car or you can buy your own car. What do I recommend? I don't recommend renting a car. Well, it could make sense in two situations. Basically, situation number one is you don't have a car and you need to rent it, and you need a car. Sure, maybe try out renting a car and run the numbers and see if it makes sense. Number two is if you have a car that you don't want to put miles on, because if you have a car that's like new, the last thing you want to do is go put on 80,000 miles on the car in a year driving Uber full time. Even if you're putting on 20, 30,000 more miles than you normally would. The average car driver only drives around 10 to 15,000 miles per year. The average Uber driver, they're driving like 50, 60, 70, 80, 100,000 miles a year. So if you have a brand new car and you put on 80,000 miles on the car, guess what's going to happen? The value of the car is going to go down like crazy, and that is an expense. That's an expense that you are taking that eats into your profits. It's not a myth. That's literally how car depreciation works. Just like, you're spending money on gas, your car value is going down. Those are both literally equal costs. They might have a little bit of a different tax implication, but at the end of the day, if you go out and make 30 grand in a year driving for Uber, but you lost $20,000 in value on your car, you really only profited 10K. And that's not even mentioning all the other, wear and tear on your car, or vehicle maintenance, gas, and all that stuff. So it's really important that when you buy a car, you use a car that's already depreciated. Unless, of course, you're using a rental, then yeah, go rent a brand new car from Uber or Hertz or whatever program you're going to use. But if you're using your own car, you want to make sure you're using a car that's already depreciated, a used car. You can go out and buy a used car for Uber and Lyft. You don't need to use a brand new car. Sure, they might want you to go out and finance a $30,000 or $20,000 car. But in my opinion, that's absolutely the dumbest thing you can do. Because again, you're gonna go out and finance a $20,000 car, $25,000 car. Out the door, you're paying $30,000, maybe after the price of your loan, it's like $35,000 over 5 to 6 years. And then you go drive for Uber, the price of that car goes down to $10,000, and now you need a new car again. You're either gonna try to trade it in, and you're gonna get another new car, and that loan of $20K is gonna get added on top, and all of a sudden, you're stuck in a situation where you have a second new car. That car's only worth $10K, but you got $50,000 in loan, and now you are, about to file bankruptcy. You don't want to be stuck in a dumb situation like that. What you want to do instead is go out and buy a car that's less than $10,000. Go out and buy a car. And where do you find those cars? Not at the dealerships. Yeah, you might be able to, but what you want to do is go to Facebook Marketplace. Go to Craigslist and buy a car, a used car from somebody that has less than 100,000 miles on it. If it has 80,000 miles on it, that's great. Most cars now, they last to 200, 250,000 miles if you treat them well and you get proper oil changes every 5,000 miles, get tune-ups, get these normal little things that cost $100 here, a couple $100 here. Do those, you know, every year, whatever, you know, when it's time to do those little tune-ups, rather than, you know, these big expenses that come when you don't take care of a car. Like getting your car, like get your brake pads changed when they're down, like get your car inspected every few months if you're driving a ton. Now, so you go on Facebook Marketplace, you go on Craigslist, and what do? You go and you search for cars that are cheap. I mean, I guess I can just do it really quickly just to show you guys, because I have my computer right here. But you go on Facebook Marketplace, and you go and buy a car, like you're not gonna go buy a fancy car to do Uber. I'm sorry, but you're gonna get like a Toyota Camry. Toyota Camry, 2015. It's 8 years old, but hey, this is what you're gonna wanna do. And this is a great car right here. I'm gonna just show you right here, guys. This is a 2013. So guys, this still qualifies for Uber. You still got a couple years left out of this thing. It's a 2013 Toyota Corolla LE sedan 4-door, 9,000 bucks. How many miles it got on it? 79K. This car will last probably till it hits 250,000 miles on it. So you still got 170,000 miles left on it. Now, are you gonna go in and say, hey, I'll give you $9,650? No, you're gonna go in and you're gonna offer him 8. You're gonna go in and offer him 7,500. And he's gonna say, no way, Jose. So what do you say? No problem, I'm gonna go to the next car. You go to the next car. Let's find another one. That one has too many miles. This one, 2011, 7,500 bucks. These aren't perfect case studies. Maybe you want a specific car. Maybe you want to get a Ford Fusion that's 2015, but I'll show an example of that in a second. But this one, 2011, Hyundai Sonata GLS sedan, 7,500 bucks, 114,000 miles on it. Again, you're not gonna offer him the 7,500 bucks. What are you gonna do? You're gonna offer him 5,500. You're gonna lowball him. And sooner or later, you're gonna find somebody who goes, you know what? I'm moving, I need the car gone ASAP. Yes, I will take your offer. So let's look up a Ford Fusion 2016, right? And you can find these. You might need to drive a little bit, but look at this one. This is a great one right here. Ford Focus 2016, my friends. This one was just posted. This is what I'm talking about. There are deals to get cars on Facebook Marketplace. And I prefer Facebook Marketplace over Craigslist because, for the one reason, you're not gonna waste your time. And usually they're more reputable because the post is linked to their public profile. So they don't wanna post a scam linked to their public profile. And maybe they do if it's a scam profile, but you can go look at their profile, see how many friends they have. You know, if they're in your area, you might have a mutual friend, or they might have gone to a high school that is nearby, and you're like, oh, I know that high school. Yes, this person looks legit. You go and you call them on the phone, you have a 5-10 minute conversation with them, ask them about the car, ask them, you know, why they're selling it, get their story, get the background. You want to try to find somebody who, nothing's wrong with the car, they just, either they bought a new car, or they're moving and they need to get rid of a car. You want to find somebody in that situation where you're like, great, I need a car. And yeah, this one's 7,900 bucks. This one has only 95,000 miles on it. This car will probably last another 150,000 miles on it easily. And you go in and you offer them not $7,900. What are you gonna offer them? This is your homework. This is your quiz. What are you gonna offer them? You're gonna offer them $6,500. This is so easy to do. You just go in and you write a bunch of lists, you call them all up. And sooner or later, you're gonna call up 10, 20 different people. Sooner or later, you're gonna find somebody who goes, okay, you know what? I need the car gone tomorrow. Can you come today? And you go, yes. And what do you do then? You don't buy it on the spot. You go, hey, you know, I have a mechanic down the road that, you know, call up a mechanic. They might charge you 50 bucks or whatever to do a quick inspection. You take it into the mechanic, You have them look under the hood, check, do their, you know, 20-point inspection, whatever it is, and say, hey, you know, go to a mechanic that you know. Like, I have a mechanic that I trust. We've been working with for like 10 years. You go there and you go, hey, what do you think about this car? Is this a junk car? You know, it has 95,000 miles and I want to make sure I can drive it till it hits 200, 250. He's either gonna say, heck no, do not buy this car, because he's most likely gonna be the one working on it and doing its oil changes, or he's gonna say, this is a beautiful, great car, great value, go ahead and buy it. And now all of a sudden, instead of going to the dealership and buying a $20,000, $25,000, $30,000 car, you just went to Facebook Marketplace, you bought a car right here again, listed for $7,900. Everybody lists their cars high, guys. They all list their cars high, and they have room for negotiation in their head. This is a little trick. You go there and you offer them $6,500, and sooner or later somebody's gonna say yes, and now all of a sudden you bought it. Like my car that I have a 2011 Ford Escape. You've probably seen my car review videos on it, but it's a 2011 Ford Escape. This is basically what it looks like. It's one of these cars. Mine's not all blacked out and cool looking like this one, but it's like this, and I bought it for $5,000, and I financed it. I got 2 or 3% interest rate on it. Oh yeah, and by the way, you can finance a used car like this. I should have talked about that earlier, but you can finance a used car like this through the bank easily. They do these all day long. What you need is the VIN number. You need the VIN number, the year, the make and model, the mileage, and you tell them, and they're gonna finance it just like they would finance a car from a dealership. Although dealerships usually finance it for you and rip you off, because they'll have like 20-30% interest rates. Banks are gonna be able to get you like a 3-4% interest rate probably right now, maybe like, I haven't checked, but my interest rate was like 2%. It was super low at the time, and my car payment was 150 bucks. I paid it off early because it was only 150 bucks. So towards the end of it, I was throwing 500 bucks here, 1,000, and then the last like year, I ended up just throwing $1,000 and paid the whole thing off because I was like, I don't want a car payment. So those are my general tips for buying cars. Oh yeah, and I guess I should say, what are the best cars? I mean, I just wanted to preface it with like, that's how you do it. The best cars, I don't care what kind of model you get, but you want to stick to Ford, Honda, Hyundai, Toyota. You want to stick to name brands, very, very common cars, and cars that are cheap to maintain. You don't want to go out and buy a Mazda or a BMW or a Mercedes or a, I don't know, a random make and model. Even like Jeep is like a little is pushing it. You want to get cars that are Ford, Toyota, Honda, Hyundai, cars that are very common, and any mechanic is like, yeah, I know how to take care of a Honda Civic. Like, this is a breeze for me. You don't want to come in and go, oh, hey, I got a Jeep Wrangler. Can you fix my Jeep Wrangler? And they're like, dude, the car parts for that, you know, they're on back order for 6 months. It's like, you know, Honda Civic, they got those orders like probably in the shop, and they switch it out, charge you 150 bucks, whatever, you're out the next day. Those are the types of cars you want to find. So I hope one of you guys at least got the mindset change of like, okay, I'm gonna go on Facebook Marketplace to buy my car, or and not get screwed over by a dealership. And there are some dealerships who will give you a deal. I'm not gonna like throw that out the door completely, but God forbid, please do not go talk to a car salesman and they're like, hey, you know, we have this Kia Soul 2023 for only $28,000, and you go out and finance that thing to drive for Uber. My God, you are making a huge mistake. Do not invest a brand new car into driving Uber and Lyft, who could deactivate you at any second. The pay is not guaranteed. Anyways, I'm rambling, but I just really hope, I would hate to see any of you guys get into a bad situation to drive for Uber and Lyft, because this should be a job for you to make money, not spend money. And you want to use Uber and Lyft to make money. You don't want Uber and Lyft to use you to make money, if that makes sense. So go buy a cheap car, go lowball some people on Facebook Marketplace, check out their profiles, talk to them on the phone, take the car to the mechanic, and get yourself a good frickin' deal. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts. And again, check out carproductsusa.com for discounted car products. Car products to help you clean your car, manage your car. They have jump starting kits on there. They have dash cams on there where you can get really cheap dash cams that are cheaper than on Amazon because they come directly from the manufacturer. Yeah, like I said, car cleaning products, phone mounts, car phone accessories, Bluetooth transmitters. They got a ton of stuff on there. So use our referral code to get an additional discount at checkout. And I believe they do have free shipping if you spend a certain dollar amount. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and we'll talk soon. Bye now.